Hey Busters, welcome back to another Shokugan video. So today we'll be taking a look at the Digimon series, SHODO's Digimon series number 3, specifically number 2 in the Digimon 3 line, Lilymon. So let's first over the box. But yeah, for those wondering, this actually releases tomorrow. Here in Japan, you know, for some of these food toys, they don't really protect the release date, so they actually just like put it out. They put it out early, so one day before. So I managed to get the full set without having to pay scalper price, so really happy about that. But yeah, so here as the box, as you can kind of see, I'm just gonna move Lilymon back. She's probably gonna fall over. Compared to the other ones, let's go over it. Like the previous line, like it is much bigger, almost twice the size. So height wise it's the same, but like thickness you can kind of see. So by doing that, it definitely, I think they're trying to make it look like, hey, it's worth the $10, 1,000 yen. So but yeah, box pretty much the same. Picture up here, number. Back it has like the profile, so it's got Lilymon, name, crest of sincerity, Lilymon level, Kanzentai, the Kanzen, so perfect, completed form. Japanese, English would be like ultimate. Type is Yosei Fairy, Zokusei data type. That was a flower cannon. With, it says line up all 3 types is Omegamon, number 1, number 2 Lilymon, number 3 Zudomon. So, and yeah, the instructions as always are written inside the box. So I'll just quickly do that. So there. I'm sorry guys, you can't see it, but yeah, so you can see the instructions on how to build her is in here, although honestly there's no reason why you would need it. Pretty much she comes only one plastic bag separated into 2 parts, the body, and like pretty much the body and wings, and the wings you just plug in on the back. The only reason you would need it is maybe to see which way the wings are plugged in, but you can just use this. For those who don't know, the long wings go up, the short wings go down. That's pretty much it. But yeah, so Lilymon here is, I'll be honest, when I first saw Lilymon, like online, like way back when, like they only had, their promotion pictures had this pose and this pose. And it honestly, it was like, looks terrible. But so I was like, okay, I managed to get everybody else, so I'm like, well, got no choice. Just gotta throw down the $10 bucks and just complete the set, right? However, surprisingly, in hand, she looks a lot better than I expected. Like, she's really cute. I don't know why, but it's really good. Like, it's definite. I don't know, something about the promo pictures and the one. Maybe it's because like her face is a bit chubbier, maybe. I think maybe it's that one. Kind of maybe like here you can kind of see the face. It's kind of like open there. Maybe that's why. Maybe the neck is a bit, no. I honestly don't know why. Maybe it's because the neck here is just like all pink. And then here it kind of looks maybe like she's wearing like a shirt or something. I don't know. But yeah, definitely like in hand she's definitely a lot better. To be honest, like when I saw her, I knew for a fact that like, I was like, okay, I'll get it and make a video, but I definitely can't recommend it. But now that I have her in hand, I'm on the fence. I can't not recommend her. I mean, there's definitely huge flaws here and there and compromises in terms of like how they went about making it. But definitely, like the overall proportions and like the sculpting, it's really good. Enough that I can slightly recommend it now. But yeah, to go over the articulation, legs, you can see, goes so far because of her skirt, and legs bent here with these ugly like ball ones, which I'll go over a bit later. And arms are on a ball joint here, so you can go up, down, rotate. It's up to you. Just be careful, like as you can kind of see here, because of how you rotate it and how thin it easily pops out. Nothing you can't just push back in. Like I said, you can't push back in. Doesn't want to do it today. Or doesn't want to do it right now, but there you go. But yeah, here, so you can let's just pop it out. So as you can see, it's a really short peg, so it's easy. So when you're rotating it, it can just easily just pop off like that. And so the arms here. So as you can kind of see, the pegs are really short. And because of how it's designed with like the this part of the arm going up, depending on how you want to pose it, it will get in the way. Like such as if you want like a crossed arm pose. So like see, it's kind of here, but you know, okay, you get this much posability, but once you rotate it, it gets in the way, and then you can't get as much. So that is a bummer. Plug it back in, and the arms are on this little joint, so you can just pop it off, but in there, and the arms here, and that's pretty much it for articulation. I guess the waist is yes and no. So originally she cannot do much. However, because of how she's designed, you can actually just unpeg her a little bit, and now you can actually get her to rotate a bit. And of course, for the perverts out there, you can take her legs off, and unfortunately, it's not what you're expecting. It's bare bones. Digimon bones, because Digimons look like that. So, you know, stop fantasizing. But yeah, the skirt is actually 2 pieces, which is quite nice. You know, like that. And it's got a peg here, so you can actually lock it in place. So, but yeah, it's just on ball joints. So definitely, if you somehow, you know, wanted to fiddle around with the skirt and give her more mobility, you know, maybe like have this bendable a bit, you know, definitely good. But let's just put the legs back in. So you want the peg part here on the back, if you're wondering which way to go. Because, and if you can't remember, it's got the you see it, the written numbering system of the toys here. So use that as an indicator of which way is front and back. Once you have that, so her body's here, you can just plug it in, and you're good to go. But yeah, wings, you know, it's just pegged in, really thin pegs, same deal as Angemomon. You could, I guess, like lower it down a bit, but I'd say once you have it up, don't move it too much. The pegs are quite thin, so you don't really want to risk snapping it. But yeah, sculpt-wise, is as with all of the Digimon lines, it's amazing sculpt, which is why, you know, this one didn't look good, but in person it looks really good. Really cute. In terms of, I guess, yeah, but like I said, sculpt, like the wings here are actually grooved, indented. So like here it's indented, and then up here it's grooved, it comes up. So, and then even like on the hair, they could have just made it like just veins, but they went to the detail of putting like little thorns here, even here. In terms of paint apps, it's really amazing paint apps, as always with this line. Like, clearly this plastic is just pink, but here they painted up the green for her like little arm sleeve things, and then here with the yellow, like no bleeding whatsoever. Like, the yellow is just on point. Even with these flowers, that, ooh, now that I look at it, maybe these are pegged in? I don't know. I'm not really gonna risk it. But, so maybe it's pegged in. That would explain how... Is it pegged in? Maybe. Actually, yeah, because this is clearly sticking out, so these, I guess you can remove? Not really. Well, I guess I'll try a little bit for you guys. Not sure. But, you know, I guess possibly removable, just because there are grooves here. Maybe if I push this down a bit. So, not 100% sure if it's removable or not, but be careful. Sometimes they might glue it, or it's just that. Oh, and the paint detailing here. And like here on her body. Let's see if I can just get this closer so you guys can see. There you go. So like here you can even see like the grooves on the chest with the leaves. It's really nice. And I didn't notice this, but it's probably really hard to tell, but like just up here on the eyes, it's actually green. So like she's got her black eyes, and then kind of like eyeliner. I guess it's really hard to see, but it's actually got like green, like right by where the white is. It's got like a nice line of green. So yeah, I'm sorry guys, it's really hard to show off, but she definitely has that. Like even here at the top of her head, like overall, like she has really good paint apps, really good. But yeah, so those are all the good stuff. The bad stuff is her pretty much her just her design choice. You know, Lilymon, she's always flying, so I really wish she gave us like Angelwomon's just like the ball joint legs, so you could actually give us like some degree of rotation or whatnot. Actually, I guess Angelwoman didn't have it, so hers was locked in too. Sorry, I was thinking of the Choshinka line, the Digivolving line. But, you know, if she's gonna fly, I figured, like, I kind of want her legs, like, bent back to give her, like, flying. As is, the most she can do is maybe you could do, like, little poses, kind of like that. Cute pose like that. But, yeah, and, you know, because of the skirt, her is kind of, like, limited. Can't really do much. And the other thing is her head, because of how the wings kind of, like, angle outwards, and because of how her hair... She definitely has like head articulation, but because everything's in the way, there's just almost what's the point? I mean, she can kind of look down a little bit higher, which is a shame. I kind of wish, you know, maybe if it was ball joint up higher and you can look up. So there's that. And I can't remember if I mentioned this, but I think the reason, you know, they decided go with this terrible like circular joint. Oops, sorry guys. This terrible circular joint is just because if you look at it in the front, it does make her arms look a lot thinner, streamlined, so in certain angles she does look a lot better. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it, guys. There's not much else I can talk about for her. Besides that, I guess another con to her is the fact that they didn't give her like a peg hole. So you could peg her in and have her at least flying, which is a shame. I mean, what I mean is like Angelwoman here. Her hair got in the way, but they still put a peg hole in her butt. Lilymon, they definitely could have done it. I don't know why. I mean, I guess I kind of know why. Because of how the skirt worked. I guess they didn't want to like protrude. And then, because it's soft plastic, they didn't want you to push too hard. But still, it's a real shame. I feel like they definitely should have put in that extra effort to just mold it out. I mean, maybe they just wanted like a nice profile, like all 360, so like without anything that looks out of place, you know. So I guess technically, yeah, all the Digimon, all of them look great, like all around, like 360. Nothing's kind of like sticking out of the way. So I guess I could see why. But yeah, like the arms, the fingers, everything's really good. But just, yeah, she's really light, really thin. Like at $10, like it's a hard sell to some people. But in terms of size, she is pretty much the same height as a generic Magic the Gathering, Pokemon, Digimon, normal playing card Trump size. She definitely fits. Like you put her behind it, like even the wings won't stick out. So you can use that as a reference. And of course, you know, I'm gonna have her lean up against this. If you compare her with her friends, you have Wargreymon, which is shorter, but definitely way heavier, way beefier. Kind of like that. Definitely Wargreymon's the better one. Although I do love how like the flat paint apps on this. I think they might have switched it up a bit. Like the original one, they had kind of goopy paint apps. This flat finish is way better. Here she is with Metal Garudumon. Kind of like that. There's not much, I guess, in terms of comparison we can do. Next to Angelwoman, I guess, the closest thing that probably fans who are going to get Lilymon, I'm guessing you probably got Angelwoman too, for reasons I'm not going to say, but I guess you guys would know. You know, clearly I'm talking about collecting all the partners. In terms of height, you know, Angelwoman is definitely taller, although Lilymon is technically bigger, thicker, I guess, or like just volumey more. Like she's definitely thinner, but yeah, kind of like that. Next to my favorite but biggest letdown, Atarakabuterimon. Shame. Garudumon. would be about that much, so definitely taller. So definitely, as you guys know, it's definitely not in the same line, scale. Zudomon, so same size as Articulation, but you know, this guy's definitely beefier. Like Articulation, Zudomon is what Articulation should have been at his size, like this size. And why not, for the same price point, Omegamon, which is way better. I mean, like, honestly, just the plastic in his clown feet is like half of Lilymon. But yeah. But that's pretty much it. Let me get that out of here. I guess for those, why she doesn't have a peg hole for things, the fact is that because of just the empty space here, you are able to kind of just like have some stuff there, which slightly gives, like, allows her to have some sort of flying pose, you know, if you got a clear base or something. Her hair kind of gets in the way, but if you can slip something under here, you might be able to like have her flying without shoving stuff up her butt, which actually I might be able to do. Hold on, guys. Alright, guys, so here I got some from the this was a, what is it, a gachapon kind of mini stand. These are not the Shokugan ones. I'm not sure if the Shokugan gave any different kind of pegs, but this was from a, well, it's just a capsule toy for stands. Let's try this one. I think this one, so it's a clear one, but they should all use the same peg hole size. So yeah, so with that, maybe I can kind of like hook on somewhere, kind of like that. So yeah, so if you got something, you can just kind of like slip through her hair or something. Like, is her hair? Yeah, her hair is actually hard plastic, so be careful about that. You know, if you can just slip it between the wings or something, you are able to let her get some flying poses. So, you know, unfortunately, you know, because of how her legs are, can't really get her to do much. Maybe like that. And, you know, with the lack of head articulation, or at least looking forward, she is quite limited in how much she can kind of do. But yeah, I mean, I think that's might be the best I can do. Maybe like that. I guess the more I can do is kind of like rotate her around to give it a bit more dynamic posing. Something like that, I guess. Yeah, so you do have options, not the best options, but, you know, imagination is your friend. So long as you can imagine it, you can definitely do it. So yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna bring this back, just so she has something to lean on, so you guys can get a nice look at her while I just do my final blab. But yeah, so yeah, that's pretty much it for this review. In terms of my thoughts about it, like I said before, from the promotion pics, I definitely thought didn't look that good, but in hand, she's definitely a lot cuter. Maybe the proportions kind of changed, maybe, I don't know, but definitely in hand, she looks a lot better. So, for those, obviously, for those who want to collect all the partners, who are fans of Lilymon, you know, definitely easy recommendation. For those who maybe just who like Digimon toys and can only get one, I would definitely highly recommend the Omegamon instead, you know. But pretty much, if for those wondering, like, is she worth the money, the 1,000 yen, the $10 or more plus shipping or whatever, if you guys have to import, is she worth it? To be honest, in terms of just, if you compare her with other things that are 1,000 yen price point, then I would say no, she is a bit lacking. However, I think because it's Digimon, they always come with a slight premium in terms of pricing, because, you know, let's face it, all Digimon fans, like 90% are just adults, and any younger kids are pretty much the kids of us adults, with the few kind of watching the anime. So they're definitely targeting us adults, so that's why they kind of jacked up the price. So at that point, you know, it kind of, then yes, I would say, if you ignore the premium, or you acknowledge the premium, then yes, I could recommend her at the price point. However, there are slight flaws, as you've seen, like they could have gone a bit better. But definitely, surprisingly, I can recommend her for fans of Digimon. But for those on the fence who can only get one, I would definitely say like the Omegamon, the Metal Garurumon, more Greymon, like the other fan favorites. But even then, honestly, if you kind of think about it, nowadays $10 can't get you much. It's like a cup of coffee, like a meal at McDonald's. So like back, when I was a kid, like what? So I'm 30, so it's like what, 25 years ago. Like back then, $10 would have gotten you like a decent sized toy, like a whole Transformer from the Beast Wars era, And then if you compare it, yeah, this is totally like what, a $3 toy? However, the paint apps, like all that stuff is really good. So I'm guessing like some of the money went towards the paint apps. A lot of the money went to like the plastic and the other two guys. But so, yeah, I mean, I'm sorry guys, like because of how well she actually turned out, despite her flaws, she actually converted me from a hard pass to I could recommend her a lot more than I could have before. So unfortunately, I can't really give you guys an honest answer as to is a hard, like a good recommendation or not. Like she is definitely in like a 6 out of 10, with it being because it's Digimon becomes a 7 out of 10. So like, I guess the way to summarize it would be, if we just look at it objectively, price point, definitely no, she's not worth the price. In terms of as a figure, I'd say it's a pretty good figure. Display piece, she can't really balance all that well, but you lock her down with something balancing, she could be a nice display piece on your desk or the dashboard of your car. But yeah, unfortunately, I can't really help you guys make your decision on this one, so this one's up to you guys. But yeah, as always guys, thanks for watching, and I hope I didn't bore you. This video took a lot longer than it should have, considering how little there is to show off. But yeah, if there's something actually you didn't go over enough, or you had any comments or questions, please let me know down in the comment section below, and I'll be sure to get back to you on that. And as always, I hope this review helped you figure out, despite my wishy-washiness answer, about whether you should get this or not. But yeah, as always guys, this is Buster-kun here, off to find his vain dog.